Today I'm with Dallas Carpenter, the communications manager with SaskWheat. Dallas, you're going to have a meeting next week. You're one of the few groups that has few commodity groups that has a semi-annual meeting, and so you want to talk a little bit about your meeting coming up?
Yeah, so it's a semi-annual meeting that we have every year. And once again, it's down at Farm Progress Show at Braz Place on Wednesday, June 20th. And people can still register. And we encourage all registered wheat growers to register on our website or to give us a call here in the office and get registered to come on down. And so really what the event is for our board and our staff to engage with producers and to let them know what their levy dollars are going towards, and to give them updates on things that happened at the AGM back in January. So it's a really good opportunity for us to get to know the producers that fund us, and for them to ask us questions, and just for everybody to kind of get on the same page.
So in other words, a really good opportunity to follow up with the levy payers in mid-year. What kind of things are you planning to have this year at the conference?
Well, so we always have a brief update from our chair. Laura Ryder is our chair this year, and she's going to be giving a brief update on some of the activities that are going on here as far as our communications and market advocacy and research activities go, and so she'll be giving a brief update on that. We're going to have Mitchell Japp from the Saskatchewan Ministry of Agriculture there. He's going to give a brief update on the genetically modified wheat situation that happened in Alberta and that we were told about just this week, and he'll be there to answer any questions that producers have about that situation. And then we're going to have two presentations from also from Saskatchewan Ministry of Agriculture people. So Barb Eastman, who is the provincial crop disease specialist, she'll be giving a presentation on crop diseases, and specifically things that are affecting wheat, because now we're heading into peak fusarium season, and so producers want to know about that. And also James Tansey from Saskatchewan Ministry of Agriculture, and he's the provincial specialist on insects and vertebrate pests, and he'll be giving a talk on how to minimize the damage from any pests that are going to be appearing this year, and what the likelihood is of wheat midge and sawfly and things like that. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of information there for producers, and producers will be able to ask questions of these specialists, and hopefully that'll lead to them having some good information that they can apply directly to their farming practices.
Well, let's talk a little bit about, you've already kind of outlined the specialists that are coming, and they're going to talk about things that are really the farmers need to keep up to date on. Those would have been planned ahead of time, and they would have been things that you really felt that it was important for farmers to know in terms of their relationship with SaskWheat. The other thing that happened, of course, as you kind of talked about a little bit, is what's happened in Alberta with the discovery of some plants which are not registered to be grown. And so do you want to talk just a little bit about how quickly that came about, and the individual that you're coming to speak about that event?
Right. So we just found out about that yesterday, along with everybody else. So we were in on the Canadian Food Inspection Agency calls, and we had the briefing late yesterday afternoon, and so we talked with a few of the other commissions as well, and just to make sure that we're all on the same page with that. So it's an isolated incident. So they found a few plants on a service road leading to an oil site in southern Alberta, and it was, from what I've heard, it was 7 plants, and so it was very isolated, and the CFIA was Agriculture Canada, they did extensive testing, and they did their due diligence on this to make sure that this wasn't something that was grown, and to our understanding that this is has been thoroughly tested, and that just gave us confidence that our seed stocks and our seeds that or our wheat that we're shipping to export markets, they are clean, and there is no health risk posed to humans, animals, or anybody. So it's it was a unfortunate situation, but that just shows that the system works, and that that gives us confidence that our Canadian wheat is still of the highest quality, and that people around the world should still be very confident in using Canadian wheat.
And so you have another expert coming who will be able to give further updates as things come on right after the meeting, at the semi-annual meeting.
Yeah, and so Mitchell Japp, who's the provincial cereal specialist for Saskatchewan Ministry of Agriculture, he'll be there. He'll give a brief presentation and just let people know what happened in case they hadn't heard in the media, and he'll be there to answer questions as well.
Great. And then one other thing that just occurred today is that Japan has temporarily, we hope temporarily, suspended all wheat imports. Can you give us any further information on how serious that seems to be?
Well, I mean, that's not unexpected, and so they're wanting to obviously make sure that the wheat they're bringing in from Canada is completely safe, and so the CFIA has made their test that they did to make sure that everything was safe, and that there wasn't any seeds with this genetically modified seed in Canadian seed stocks, and so they've made this test available as well to any export market who would like it, and so I expect that once this has been followed through, that things will reopen. But I think this it's just a temporary measure. I certainly hope that it's only a temporary measure, and I have no doubt that Canada's wheat quality is second to none, and that this will be just a temporary blip on the radar.
That sounds good. And so for anybody who wants to follow up on that, you need to come down next week to the Farm Progress Show and attend the meeting.
Yeah.
Now, for the meeting, there's can you tell us the time and parking, and I think you also help people with a free show pass, if I'm not mistaken.
So when they register, then we just tell people show up at the gate. Tell them that you're coming to the SaskWheat meeting, and they'll let you in, and that's your free pass for the day, and so you get breakfast, and it's to hear the speakers that morning at our meeting, and then for the rest of the day you're free to wander the grounds and do all of that. Parking's a bit of an issue at Raz Place, so you'll have to park off-site, and then come in into one of the gates there. They have shuttles there, and so I encourage everybody to go to the Farm Progress Show website. They have all the information on parking at Raz Place and how to get around there, and the shuttles run quite frequently, so it's pretty easy to get to the showgrounds and then back to the parking lot after.